Welcome to Lesson 5 of Green Filing's video training series for e-filing in the California courts. In Lessons 1 through 4, you've become familiar with those things you must know in order to e-file new documents and new cases. From this point on, we will demonstrate and explain several features of Green Filing that complement the process of e-filing itself and make your e-filing account more useful to you. In this lesson, we'll review the filing status screen, the notification screen, and take another look at the case summary view screen and how to navigate and find cases, as well as review your user preferences and settings. So let's start with the filing status screen. As you can see, I'm logged in here and I'm on the Green Filing dashboard. If you go on the left-hand side here and click on Filing Status, you'll notice that you just get a list of all your filings and you can see the current status of the filing. What I'm going to show you is some different ways that you can filter this screen. So if in the upper right I look at this filter filings field, I can select any standard filter here. So if I want to see all filings, I see all filings. If I change it to pending, then I'm just going to see my pending filings, rejected, so on and so forth. Now those standard filters, many of them match what you see on the dashboard here. So if I go back to the dashboard and I see I have 4 pending, 2 drafts, 1 rejected, I can get to those quickly by just clicking View All here, and then I just see my 4 pending filings. If you're anywhere else in the system, you'll notice that there's also little badge counts right here next to the Filing Status tab. Those match the badge counts you see up here, 421, green, yellow, red, 421, green, yellow, red. So at any time you can simply click on that badge count and get to your filings filtered by that type of filing, in this case pending. With the filter filings field up here, you can also do things like filter it just to display documents on or filings on a certain case. So if I wanted to see all the filings on this case here, I'd select that and I would just see those filings. So you can start typing a case number, you'll start seeing the cases pop up, or you can type a name and see the case pop up that way. You can also look at filings by filing attorney. So if I were to filter by a filing attorney, you can use bar ID or the attorney name. You can just click that and you're going to see only those filings submitted by that attorney. So lots of different ways you can filter this screen in order to find the things you're looking for. The last thing I'd like to show you, I'm going to quickly send this back to all filings, is just kind of review quickly the information on this screen. So the filing ID, which is the ID assigned by Green Filing, you can click on that at any time to open that filing. The status, you have draft, rejected, serve only, or accepted, or pending. And then this little envelope icon means that there were service contacts attached to this filing to be electronically served when you submitted it. We have the last date and time the filing was updated in terms of the status, and we'll show the case number here. You can click on the case number to view the case. If there is no case number, if it's a new case filing, we're waiting for that case number, it'll say new. The envelope number is the number assigned by the court. So if it has an envelope number, you know the court has it, and that's a good number to use if you need to call the court for any reason. And then finally, just the lead document submitted in that filing displays here. If there are multiple documents, they are attached to the filing. We just display the lead document on this screen, and you can click that link to open the document. So that should bring you up to speed on the filing status screen. The next screen I'd like to look at is the notifications tab or screen. Similar to filing status, if you're on the dashboard, you'll see we have a count here. We have 8 unread notifications, and you'll see on the tab on the left that says notifications, we have that matching count in the gold color. So notifications are any email that gets generated to you by Green Filing, or any service notification email generated to you by the eFile California system. all of those items are emailed to you, but they're also copied into your green filing account. And the reason we put them in your green filing account is because email can be unreliable. Things like spam filters can capture email and you could never see it. So we store a copy of those things in your green filing account to create a permanent record that notification did occur. So on the dashboard, you see your last 8 unread notifications. They display here for you to access them quickly. You can click on View All to get to the Notifications tab and see just those notifications. If you click on the Notifications tab on the left-hand side, you'll get to the same view. And then this screen has a filter similar to the filing status screen where we can say, show me all messages. So now we're seeing service notifications and the green filing emails, things like filing ID rejected or accepted. You can set this filter to show you just accepted or just rejected. And again, you can do cases as well. So if we start typing a case number, we can select just a case that we want to see filings on. In this case, or notifications on. In this case, no notifications on this screen. If you open one of these notifications, I'll open this one for example, you're going to see some information that was contained in the email notification. So this happens to be a service notification. Gives you some basic information at the top about what was filed. There's links to the case number or to the filing ID, a link to view the document, and then some more information about the case. If you were to select a notification like an accepted email, you're going to see a copy of the email was sent to you, and again, links right back to the filing or to the case. So that's the Notifications tab. It's a tab you want to pay lots of attention to as you begin to participate in electronic filing and are getting lots of email communication or notification either from your filings or from things like opposing counsel filings where you are selected as a service contact. So to finish off all the options that you see under the e-filing tab here, we want to talk about this list here under recent cases and our case summary view. Also want to talk about how to add and search for cases. So at any time on the left-hand side here, we display the most frequently interacted with cases so that you can quickly access them. You can click these at any time and pull up that case information. This makes it easy to view basic case information, court case number, assigned judge, parties, any service contacts that have been attached may display here. You can take another look at a different one for that. So here's a case where we have different parties, different service contacts. You also have filings recently submitted through green filings here. And then also we would display here any documents that may have been submitted through any other certified e-filing provider. We can display a list of those documents that were filed down here. So this can be a very useful screen to you. It kind of gives you an idea of what's going on in terms of activity on a case. That said, it is not the official record of a case. It's just a means for us to paint a picture of what's going on in a case. For the official record, you definitely have to view the court record. To add cases into the system that already exist, maybe you didn't start the new case by e-filing, there's a few ways to do that. First way is to click on this Add a Case link here under the recent case list, and then you can just select a court. So let's try Santa Barbara, and then enter a case number. So if you know the court and case number, you simply enter the information and then click Add a Case. So at this point, we'll reach out to the court and try and find that case and then display it to you on the screen. Sometimes, depending on this court, this can take a few seconds. All right, so we found that court, that case, we've added it to your account, we've displayed it to you here. So we have a number of parties, and then if there were any e-filings on the case or service contacts attached to the case, you would see those down here. So that's one way to search for a case. Another way to search for a case or to add a case, is to click Add a Case. And then if you don't know the exact court and case number, you can click Advanced Case Search. So let's say I know about a case in Merced. So I can type in Merced, and you can just use the Merced as the top level search. And then we can search for a name and click Add or Search. So now our system is going to search Merced for all the courts in Merced for any party with the name that we just typed in. And hopefully it will return a list of cases. So we'll give it just a moment here. Once it returns a list of cases, you'll have an opportunity to review the list, and then if you want to view a case, you'll simply click on the case number to review it. So we see we have a list of cases here. Now if we want to go ahead and open one up, we can just click on the case number, and now we see that case. So two ways to add cases. Just enter the court and case number, or you can enter the court and a business or individual name using the advanced case search. And you notice here you can do a search by individual or by business. The last thing I want to point out in terms of how to use this case view is if you've got a bunch of cases added, you can click on this View All link, and it's going to show you a list of all your cases. In fact, I'm going to switch to a different account where I have a much larger list of cases. So I'd like to just show you how when you have a much larger list of cases, you can just filter through this list using this tab mechanism. You can sort by column name, case number, case title, court name. So all those things are available to you when you build up a large case list. The other thing you can do when you start to build up a large case list is you could search for a case not only within your own account by entering a case number here. So if you start typing something like 15, it's going to show you all your cases. So this is just the first part of the case number. It's going to show me all my cases beginning with 15. I could start typing a name in here. It's going to show me only the cases with that name. The other thing you can do is search all of Green Filing. So if any other user in Green Filing's system has added the case to their account, this is a quick search that you could do by typing the case number in and then just clicking on Search All Green Filing Cases. And you'll notice here's a new one that pops up. So this means that somebody else has added it to their account. So it just saves you time. You just put in the case number, search all the Green Filing, and that's just a quick, easy way to add the case without having to go through the Add a Case, select the correct court, and have the correct, right case number. It's also a nice and easy way to use this field when you have 50, 60, 70, 100 cases added to your account. Rather than clicking on View All and trying to find the case in this list, just start typing a case number or case name in this field and it'll pop right up, and you just go ahead and select it. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard here, and hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to navigate through cases, add cases, search for cases, things of that nature. And the last thing we want to talk about in this lesson is move over to our Settings tab in the top navigation. And a lot of things under Settings are self-explanatory, so we won't spend a lot of time on them, but we just want to point out a number of options that you have on your Green Filing account to not only set your own user preferences, but do things like edit user information, change password, etc., etc. So when you click on Settings, you land on our User Preferences screen, and then we have a number of preferences here that allow you to mostly configure how things look in Green Filing to you. So for example, if we want to see the case number and title, or title only, or defendant portion of the title in the recent cases list, we can switch that. We can set a default court. So if we always file in Merced, we file all our cases in the Merced Civil Court, We can set that as our default court. If you've added parties to your party address book during the process of filing, you can set one as a default plaintiff. You can set what you want your default filing status screen to display, what your default screen is when you log in, things of that nature. So we really encourage people to check out the user preferences screen to configure their account in the way they'd like. The other thing you can do is configure what emails you would like to receive. So no matter what, a number of emails are generated by the Odyssey eFile California system. The filing accepted, rejected, submitted emails all come to you every time you submit a filing. But you also get an email from Green Filing with those indicating filing accepted and rejected. So we actually recommend you turn the Odyssey eFile California ones off and turn on the Green Filing ones, just as a way to manage and limit how many emails you get. The emails you get from Green Filing will contain all the information you need. Also under settings, if we move up to the edit user screen, you can see you can edit your name, you can change your email, you can put in a forwarding email if you want emails forwarded to a different account. Under change password, you can change your password and update your security question. Under manage users, this is where you can add attorneys, add support staff. Again, we went over this in lesson 1, but to get to this screen and manage those support staff, just go to settings and manage users. And payment settings, again, we went over in lesson 1, but this is where you can manage all your payment accounts. And then service contacts is where all the service contacts for your firm are listed. If you needed to edit any of those at any time, you can do that here. And finally, your party address book, where if you've saved parties on your account, you can edit those here. So hopefully this information was useful in terms of covering all the things that are left over under the e-filing tab after we've gone through the filing processes in lessons 1 through 4. So you're familiar now with the filing status screen, the notification screen, the case summary view, how to add cases and search for cases, and also all of those items under the settings tab.